From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Don Mitchell. Industry Minister François-Philippe Champagne will reveal tomorrow whether he will run in the upcoming Liberal leadership race.
A Liberal Party source close to the minister says Champagne will reveal whether he will run during a fireside chat at the Canadian Club in Toronto, built to touch on other subjects, such as artificial intelligence and economic security ahead of Donald Trump coming into the White House. Meanwhile, a host of other potential leadership candidates now have forms set up on the Liberal Party website to collect the hundreds of signatures that they require to enter the race. Those include former Bank of Canada Governor Mark Carney, former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, and former BC Premier Christy Clark. Kyle Duggan, the Canadian Press, Ottawa.
Canada's Elections Intelligence Task Force says it will be monitoring the Liberal Party's leadership race to curb any signs of foreign interference. National Security Advisor Nathalie Drouin says the task force will be watching over campaigns to maintain the integrity of the democratic process. The task force was set up in 2019 to protect the electoral process from foreign interference and includes several representatives of CSIS, the RCMP, and Global Affairs Canada. The Liberal Party announced last week the vote to choose its next leader will wrap up on March 9. The Insurance Bureau of Canada says insured losses caused by severe weather hit a record high of more than $8 billion last year. President and CEO Celeste Powers says this is the new normal and the government needs to work with the insurance industry to prepare for the future.
The message that we really want to get across as the insurance industry is that we need governments to take action to reduce the risk in these communities, to stop building in wildfire zones and on floodplains so that we can better protect Canadians moving forward and, of course, make sure that insurance remains available and affordable.
The summer of 2024 alone brought $3 billion in insured damages related to a hailstorm in Calgary, $2.7 billion in damages thanks to the remnants of Hurricane Debbie in Quebec, and $1.1 billion in the Jasper wildfire. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is suggesting Canada block all critical mineral exports to the United States in response to Donald Trump's tariffs.
Donald Trump is not rational. You can't discuss a plan over a meal with him. He is a bully. And bullies understand one thing, that is strength. They also understand pain. So if he wants to pick a fight with Canada, we have to make sure it's clear that it's going to hurt Americans as well.
Canada's premiers will meet with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau this week about a response to those incoming tariffs. And Carrie Underwood and the Village People have signed on to perform at Donald Trump's inauguration next week. The inaugural program has Underwood performing America the Beautiful shortly before Trump takes the oath on January 20th. 70s hitmakers, the Village People, will perform at two inaugural events. 4 days of events will be centered around the swearing-in ceremony, which President Joe Biden is planning to attend. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Calgary Flames go for their third straight win tonight against Connor Bedard and the last-place Chicago Blackhawks in one of 3 NHL games. The Flames are a point behind the Vancouver Canucks for the final wildcard spot in the Western Conference with a game in hand. Later, the Edmonton Oilers will try to extend their 5-game home winning streak against the Los Angeles Kings. The Dallas Cowboys have parted ways with coach Mike McCarthy. In a statement today, owner Jerry Jones said the organization mutually agreed to part ways and that the search for his replacement has already begun. McCarthy's contract expired after a 7-10 season. Dallas had 12-5 records each of the 3 years before that under him, but still hasn't been able to get past the divisional round of the NFC playoffs since its last Super Bowl at the end of the 1995 season. The wildcard round of the NFL playoffs wraps up with the Los Angeles Rams facing the Minnesota Vikings. While the 10-7 Rams are listed as the hosts, the game is being held in Glendale, Arizona due to multiple wildfires in the Los Angeles area. From the Canadian Press, I'm Don Mitchell.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.